Hey Glenn, this movie meant a lot to me because I'm part Scandinavian, almost half Scandinavian.
Mike, almost everyone says that.
Yeah, but like literally 39% Swedish, 10% Norwegian, 49% across the board. Not to mention, there's the Irish and the British. The Vikings invaded those two places. So who knows where the Viking is in there? My mother's maiden name actually means Odin. I don't know if you knew this.
Odin,
yes. I was dumbing it down for people. But Odin. It's a bastardization.
Yeah.
Stupid American bastardization.
Of course.
So, I think it's pretty clear to me that I have not only the body, but the mind of a Viking.
Sexy all the way around, I guess.
Yes.
God damn. You're basically Alexander Skarsgård.
People say our silhouettes look alike. Hello, everybody, and welcome again to Keystone Film Review. If you're wondering why we have the masks, about a week ago, or over a week, I had COVID. And while the CDC says that I should be fine by now, we are taking an extra precaution just to remain safe for Glenjamin here.
CDC's got their rules, and I've got the CD's nuts rules. Like, get the hell away from me, please, with that.
But
face.
we'll still see a movie together as long as we wear masks. But we saw The Northman.
Yes.
The movie of my people. I am claiming this movie as my own.
This is my land of goddamn movie.
But yeah, directed by Robert Eggers, starring Alexander Skarsgård, Ethan Hawke, Nicole Kidman, Claes Bang, Swedish actor from The Square, I forget how to pronounce his name, Anya Taylor-Joy, Willem Dafoe's in there, Bjork's in there for a minute.
Ethan Hawke, did you say that?
I said Ethan Hawke already.
Gotta keep it in there.
And lots and lots of violence and raping and pillaging, which, in a way makes me a bit ashamed to say that I'm part Viking. It's not a good look. When people say I'm part Viking, I think they always forget about the raping and the pillaging, which, not all Vikings did that. I don't think most
of them forget.
Enough did it. And, while I'm proud of the culture of the Vikingness, I'm not proud of that part. But anyway, Robert Eggers. He is known for The Witch and The Lighthouse and known for being extremely accurate to the point where if he had his way, I feel like this would have been fully like ancient Norse.
Yeah, he would have made a time machine.
Old Norse, not
If he
ancient.
had his way, he would have had the funds to make a time machine so he can go back then.
But this is a revenge movie, more or less. It's kind of like Hamlet.
I was going to say, Viking Hamlet.
Viking Hamlet.
Is literally what I told somebody.
Uncle kills the father.
That's just simplifying it a little too
very
much.
But... the thing I mean, obviously we have the accuracy, the cinematography. Artistically, his movies are always fantastic. Story-wise, that's for the viewer. I personally like all of his movies. For this one, though, the thing I like most about it is that it's not your typical ultra-satisfying revenge movie. It's kind of more realistic in a way, where, without getting too much into it, a lot of things go wrong. His plan doesn't go 100% his way, which in a lot of Hollywood revenge movies, it's just like, bam, everything I wanted to happen happened.
Yep.
But this is a little more realistic on that take, but that without getting too much into that. But I really like this movie.
I did too.
Yeah.
Going off of what you were saying about the revenge thing, it reminded me a lot of The Last of Us Part 2, which I'm sorry, there's going to be a lot of people very upset that I just said that because a lot of people fucking hated the way that game went. But it went down this storytelling path of, I forget the lines one of the characters says, but it's like revenge begets revenge, or evil
begets evil. Yeah.
It had that theme in The Last of Us, and it had that theme in this, obviously. And it's just a long road of looking for revenge just isn't most likely going to go well. And it's an endless road at that. And I love that theme in movies or just stories, period.
Yeah.
And just it just shows, how fucking tragic and just groundbreaking. That story can be told over and over again, but still be awesome. Especially in this, because this movie's brutal.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's very brutal. You know, all joking aside, with me being 49% Scandinavian and all that, this movie does have a way of like making you feel like you're connecting with your roots in a way, where it's mainly the music for me. Like there's this band called Vardruna, who is a Norwegian folk band, and like the entire time I was like, is this Vardruna doing the music for this? Because it sounds a lot like it. It is not, but it is. It's very much similar, using the same instruments, old Scandinavian instruments and all that, and it's just for someone who, you know, I've traced my family back to like Sweden and Norway and everything. The music in it really just kind of pumps me up in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of the same way I felt because I'm also Irish. When I went to Ireland, you just feel connected to it in a way. You know, I feel like a lot of people take that for granted, the feeling connected to your heritage.
Yeah, even without the heritage, like a couple months back, I was listening to a bunch of podcasts about like just like North and Greek mythology.
Yeah.
So like watching this, it made me want to go back into learning all again of all the Norse mythology.
Yeah, it is very heavy with that, especially with Odin. You know, the raven spirit is a huge thing, and I believe that's Odin.
Yep.
Odin's raven.
Fenrir as well was mentioned in there a lot.
I thought they kept saying Freya, and then they called it.
They did say Freya a lot.
But I feel like they called Freya a he. Isn't Freya a woman?
Yes.
You know, it's a god, but
Freya is Baldur's mother.
yes.
You know, I don't think I've got any Viking blood in me at all, but it really makes you just appreciate the heritage and all the history of it, for sure.
Yeah,
especially this movie, because, you know, he's fantastic at just doing historically accurate shit.
I mean, to the point where they part of it is in Russia. Vikings went to Russia. They mentioned going to Kiev. Vikings went to Kiev. Vikings went all over the place. They were like the first explorers. They actually went to North America before Christopher Columbus did. So yeah. I mean, obviously Native Americans were there first, but like, why are we celebrating Christopher Columbus when the Vikings did what he did like 500 years before what he did? Just the little details, even in just the dialogue alone of things like that, where it's just like, oh yeah, they're Russian, they're going to Ukraine, stuff like that. I thought it was just really cool, even to like the funeral rituals, you know, with the sacrificing, and it really did a good job at showing even like the crazy rituals. Like there's a scene where there's a funeral and this woman's singing, and then they sacrifice the woman while she's singing. I don't know how true. I'm sure with Robert Eggers that's true.
It's probably
to
very true.
True to funerals, but you could see in that woman's eyes that while she was sad to be dying, it was a very important thing for that funeral. So it while showing you the reality of the craziness that was the rituals, it also respects it by having the characters respect it, even if it means death for them. So it was very cool to see that. And again, it's a movie. Who knows how much of it is real and fake? Robert Eggers is known for being as historically accurate as he possibly can. So I think that it's relatively accurate.
Alexander Skarsgård was fucking phenomenal in this.
Yeah.
Physically, and just his acting, just performance was phenomenal. Dude's a monster in this. He's got nerd computer neck going on.
Yeah.
But it made him look savage.
It did.
Which was really cool. But I think this is like probably...
Somehow it made him look bigger.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was bulking up his shoulders, you know, making him look like he was just gonna beat your ass. Just going off like the posters and the casting, I thought Anya Taylor-Joy was going to be a little bit more distracting than she actually was in this. Just because, for me, she's one of those faces that you see a lot in movies. You're like, hot take, I guess. I see her a lot, and I kind of wish she was in less. But she's really good in everything she's in. Weird, I know. I thought she was going to be distracting in this, and she wasn't at all. She was fantastic.
Yeah.
Going along with Alexander Skarsgård.
She blended in really well.
Very much
I mean, being a platinum blonde like she
Yeah.
is, definitely goes in with the Scandinavian Slavic theme. It's visually a beautiful movie. Music's fantastic. Acting's great. I personally wish it dealt more with the Norse language. Because anytime they were speaking, I'm pretty sure it's a dead language, but it's close to Icelandic. Icelandic is the closest Old Norse language that there is.
Yeah, I've been told that it's very hard to get any of that language, so they have to get like that language.
Yeah, Icelandic's the closest one. I'm fairly certain that's a fact.
Because even like Norse. Jeez, why do I do that? Norse mythology. There's a lot that people don't know because most of it's like basically dead and gone.
Yeah.
I would have liked to seen more of the like beginning of like him and his like going for the kill stages
When he was a
of
kid?
like of him coming up.
The kid who played him was really good,
he was
too.
fantastic.
I don't know his name off the top of my head, but the kid who plays the young Alexander Skarsgård, I could try to pronounce the name if I had it written in front of me, but I probably mispronounce it. But he was really, really good. He played that character really well. Child actors are hit and miss. He was a hit. And there's really no weak performances in this.
No.
Even the extras are really good. It's just a good movie. You'll see some actors from The Witch, like Kate Dickey's in there.
Yep.
Ralph Ineson's in there for a second. I think that's it. I don't think the kids are. Anya Taylor-Joy, yeah. But yeah, it's just it's a good movie. It's not gonna story-wise is not gonna blow your mind, but
the ending
aesthetically is great.
The ending's pretty awesome.
The ending's pretty badass. Yeah. What would you rate it?
I'm thinking 4.
Yeah.
I want to go higher. It might be a rewatch though, for a 4.5.
I have to rewatch it. That's the same with all his movies.
Yeah.
Except for The Witch. The Witch was a 5-star right away.
Yeah.
But with The Lighthouse,
Lighthouse was like. There was also a weird time in my life when I watched that. I'm like, this is fucking what's going on.
This is a bonkers movie. This is less bonkers than that, but it's
significantly less.
Definitely gonna be rewatched, but I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. Control C, Control V.
Look at that.
Yes.
Control print.
So,
how do you feel about that in your scandalous Scandinavian skin?
I feel like, being the peak of Scandinavian genetics here, that I'm ready to fight fucking the Britons, the Bretonians, the Britannians.
The Britons.
The Britons. No. Listen to Vardruna. Vardruna's good. You should listen to Vardruna.
We're all going to listen to
I
him
love Vardruna.
right now.
Yes. Skull!
On this outro song that we're replacing it with instead of ours.
You ruined my perfect ending.
Skull!
Skull! Put a cup here. Whoever's editing this. It's probably me editing this. I'm not going to put a cup here.